Alright, so now that you know where you're going. Healing. This... Okay, hold on. Before I go to healing, actually. There's a skill you'll learn called Bandage, which, when you find, like, cloth, linen, alcohol, or stuff like that, or disassemble blankets into cloths and linens, you can combine it with the alcohol or medicines to make a bandage.
Okay.
And obviously, you'll be able to make better Oh, someone's right behind you. I thought I saw someone through that hallway.
Over here.
Yeah, I thought I saw someone move.
Oh, it might have been like a soldier or something. Coming to kill me?
That or I could have just been seeing things. Or it could have been an Alma moment where there's like a dead guy there.
Could be too. Checkpoint.
Oh, you know you're about to get into a fight. Duck. Duck and go.
Just make sure nobody's standing there. No, that's zoom in.
Yeah, I think you were supposed to come over here though. Because I did see some items on the floor too.
Did you? Yeah, this looks like maybe the way. I'm just gonna explore it a little bit.
Yeah, down there I saw some items.
Okay.
Well, it looks like there's one item.
Yeah, there's a med pack, which I'll definitely take. It's just garbage.
So anyways, as you make more bandages, you raise your bandage skill, and you can create better bandages using better medicines and obviously cleaner cloths. Like, you'll start it with like rags or something, and then you'll be able to make bandages at like level 10 with cloth, and then at level 20 with linens, and then at like level 30 with sterilized things.
Yeah.
And then at like level 40 you'll be able to make, you'll use like a level 1 bandage with like a level 10 bandage to make a level 40 bandage.
Yeah.
And then a level 4, like a level 20 bandage with a level 10 bandage to make a level 50. So, you know, better bandages.
Yeah. So, but are these like your hidden, like the
yeah, they're all
skills?
hidden skills.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Every you start it with 0 skills. They're all hidden.
Okay.
Like who's gonna think like if you find like a random cloth on the ground that says like, you know, like broken down rags that you can sell to an NPC.
Yeah.
And then you find like alcohol and it's like good drink, heals like 100 health, and then you have a combined menu, and who's gonna think like if I put both of these in, I'm gonna get a bandage.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And then that unlocks the bandage skill.
Probably supposed to fall down here. All right. There we go.
And then using bandages, you can apply first aid. And first aid and healing are two sides of the same coin, but first aid stops bleed effects and poison effects.
Oh, I think that killed me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I guess I'm not supposed to drop down there then. Alright.
Maybe you don't drop into the black abyss.
Yeah.
So, you know, first aid stops bleed and poison effects, and all it does is you apply bandages when you're under a bleed or poison effect.
Okay. Does the bleed or poison effect ever go away on its own, or?
It will after a long amount of time, like maybe 5 minutes or something, but
Okay.
every like 5 seconds it hurts you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you want to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Okay, gotcha.
And then first healing is kind of with bandages. Instead of just, you know, patching up the damaged part, you can use it to like put in a splint or something like that. I don't have it fully down.
Yeah.
This is just basic concept.
Preliminary stuff.
Yeah, and what this does is it heals between 1% and 33% of your damaged health, depending on the, like, obviously the bandage used and your level of healing and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll also be able to eat food to activate the healing skill. It's just I haven't gotten to the fishing and cooking section yet.
No, okay.
Nice. So healing is also affected with food and stuff. And also higher healing skill, activate, like at level 1 you'll activate auto healing, which restores 1 health every 3 seconds, or every 1 second while like resting.
Now in your game, would it be like max health 9,999, or would it be
10,000?
10,000?
Because it levels up to 100.
Oh, okay.
And at level 100 healing, you'll heal 100 health every 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. So it increases the level. Okay. Makes
Plus
sense.
1 auto regeneration per level. So healing's a valuable skill. Then there's tracking, which allows you to follow tracks. At higher levels, not only can you track like bigger creatures, but it also tells you what you're tracking. Whereas like at first you'll just see tracking, like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
For all you know, you could be following a bear and it'll kill you.
Yeah.
So, you know, tracking is like a skill that's kind of risky to get at first because you don't know what you're tracking.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Until you're strong enough to fight whatever the fuck you find.
Yeah.
Followed by hunting, which allows you to set traps at cave entrances and stuff.
Okay.
You get higher levels for, like, more things that you capture with hunting.
So, like, the higher level it is, the more hardcore creatures you can
Yeah, like
trap.
if it's a bear and you set down a bear trap, and like it gets one of its legs. Ooh. Hello. Looks like you could use some food. You need some meat on those bones.
Yeah, seriously.
But
Hot in here?
yeah, so like you get a little bit of experience. Like let's say you're tracking a rabbit with like level 2 tracking or something, and you find it's like a little hole and you set up a rabbit snare, and you catch like 2 rabbits, you'll get some experience for that.
Okay.
But if you find like if you track it to a bear hole, like a bear cave,
Yeah.
you'll get more tracking experience for successfully tracking it. But chances are, not only is it going to kill you, but you're not going to be able to set a good enough trap to hunt it.
Okay. Okay. No, that makes sense then.
And if your level is inferior, you still have a chance to capture it with like the bear trap that you set.
Yeah.
But if it breaks out, not only do you lose the trap, but it's probably going to kill you.
Okay. So no, that's a good one.
And then there's slang, which makes you learn like the weak points of enemies. You get it by landing critical hits. Like your first critical hit will unlock the skill, and as it goes up, you will actually see like flashing marks on enemies about where you can hit them for more damage.
Okay.
So if you're fighting like let's say a really armored opponent and you're using daggers, and you actually manage to land a critical hit after you're like your slang level is like let's say it's 60 for the heavy armored guys.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing like the joints in their like shoulder pads and elbow pads saying like that's the critical spot. So if you like they're about to swing at you and you slash right in time to get into that little joint, you'll do a like triple damage crit hit.
Okay. Cool.
And that's what slang does. It teaches you the weak points of things after you reach a certain level.
Okay. Nice. Now, are there gonna be skills in this game that are just you see them from the get-go and you know how to unlock them and all that stuff, or is it all gonna kind of
They're
be
all
like...
hidden, but if you see someone fishing,
Yeah.
you know that if you got a fishing pole and went to a fishing hole, that would obviously help.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there's going to be some skills that are going to be so obvious that only an idiot would. Something grabbing you?
Kind of looked like something was coming towards me, but then it could have just been a shadow.
Maybe it was Elma doing her undead mumbo jumbo. But yeah, so it's kind of like obvious, you know, if you start out with like a dagger in your inventory and you never equip it, like
Yeah, chances are you're not gonna unlock any dagger skills
or any like attack or strength skills because like, you know, you never equipped it.
Right. Okay, no, that makes sense.
Some things will be so obvious, and then other things are like,
That's-
who would have thought that if I found a cloth on the floor and this bottle of gin, if I combined them in the combine menu, that I would get a bandage and unlock bandaging skills.
Yeah,
Or
well,
bandage creation.
That's what I was gonna say. So some of them are gonna be harder to unlock that aren't as obvious. As
Everything
others.
is going to be pretty much simple to unlock. It's just you have to use your creativity to think about how to do it. Like bandages are going to be pretty simple to make because every time you go into like let's say you're in like a fortress or something, you're invading a fortress.
Yeah.
There's beds everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's probably a mess hall that has alcohol everywhere. You're going to find linens and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know you can also probably find a bandage. And if you use the bandage, you'll get your first aid skill. But then you might not understand that, you know, you might be like, oh, wow, this skill's going to be very hard to level if I have to find bandages all the time.
Yeah.
And then someone tells them, you know, you can make bandages. And they're like, what?
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's good.
So it's like combination skills, but just because you learn one doesn't mean you're going to be able to learn the other one right away.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that's good. Make some of them obvious, and then others.
And then there's skills that are like, you know, there's 3 skills in this set, but maybe you're not like the explosive skill. If you throw, well, actually, no, that's a terrible idea to use that one. But it's like the first aid skill. You might learn the first aid because you found a bandage and you needed to repair like a bleeding effect on you.
Yeah.
Or you could use it for maybe healing yourself because you're hurt and then you're not in a bleeding effect.
Okay.
And then if you use it for the healing effect, you unlock healing, but you don't know that there's a first aid skill yet.
Yeah.
And then when you use a bandage for the first aid, you're like, wait, why are they two separate skills? And it's like, because there's more to discover. They do different things, and they both have a passive effect that each one does. It's just, you need both if you want to be super powerful.
Right. Okay. I'll get behind that.
And then there's agility. This lets you dodge attacks. It increases like how far you can dodge an attack. Like when you first start, you can only dodge it by like minimal margins, but then like you can start rolling and doing like full out like meter dashes away from the guy, or like doing a back jump or something.
Okay.
Like a back step.
Yeah. It's like evade attacks and stuff.
Yeah. Makes it so that you're better at evading attacks.
Okay.
And it also increases the distance you can run.
Okay, so you can run in your game, really.
Oh yeah. You can do, like, who wants to walk through an entire MMO?
For sure.
Like, I'm thinking of this as an MMO that you're going to play with friends or other people.
See, for me, like, my only main experience with MMOs is Ragnarok, so, I mean, that's not really, like...
And I guess you could say Sword Art Online.
Yeah. I mean, the show...
It's like what... I think when you watch shows that are based on stuff like that, like when you watch Sword Art Online, it'd be pretty much the same kind of deal as watching, like, us play an MMO.
Yeah, I mean, I guess same concepts. Really.
Because firstly, you're not seeing us, you're just hearing our voices.
Yeah.
But you're seeing these animated characters play the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So, think of it like that.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
Alright, so after agility is thieving. You raise this from stealing from NPCs. Obviously, there's lower level NPCs that you start on and work your way up.
Yeah.
Basically. Lockpicking, which is its own thing. Picking chests and grenades.
These are remote ones.
I'll throw one in the hallway here and run to the safe spot. Did they throw a grenade at you?
No, I think I threw that.
Throw one in the hallway and then backtrack. Yeah, and just like kind of hide over here until one of them sets
The thing
it
is,
up.
I can't. No, I got a remote set it.
Oh, set it off now. I heard a guy.
Okay,
I think he did. Switch to a gun now. So lockpicking, like obviously kind of like Skyrim, with better locks like master locks, novice locks. But you won't be able to access like Fallout. You won't be able to do a master lock until you hit the level like that.
Okay.
Then there's the hiking skill. In order to first get this, you have to start, hiking a mountain or something.
Yeah.
You won't really understand you're getting it until you go off the trail of a mountain.
Okay.
So it's like kind of untrailed mountain climbing. And what it does is it allows you to climb sharper cliffs and stuff like that. So you can kind of be like the horse in Skyrim where you're going straight up a fucking...
Yeah. I did that many a time.
Although it won't be that broken.
Yeah.
It'll just be kind of like, maybe there's a very steep cliff that has like a legendary monster on top that you want to kill for certain, like a good sword or something.
Yeah.
Well, you won't be able to ever kill that specific monster. Yeah, I think you killed him with that.
Yeah,
one.
with the grenade. Yeah.
But you won't be able to climb that mountain until you raise your hiking skill high enough. So there are going to be like certain hidden bosses because you will need certain skills to get to them.
Okay.
So that's the main reason why. And also like maybe there's a bird that you're tracking with the tracking skill. It's like, let's say, for the hell of it, a phoenix.
Yeah.
And you see it go into its nest on top of this giant cliff.
Yeah.
But you can't get up there because your hiking skill sucks.
Okay.
So that means you just lost a lot of time. You didn't get any tracking experience because you can't get up to the nest to finish your track.
Yeah.
And you can't kill it or get a feather from it, depending on what you're going for. I don't know. Like, I'm just guessing a phoenix feather would be a pretty cool item for something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Be like a hidden item. Or
like I got this list right here, but I'm still bullshitting most of this as I go through it.
No, it's cool though. I think some of your ideas sound pretty neat.
And then there's the fun word to say, spelunking. sometimes when you're doing hiking or sometimes when you're just wandering around, you'll find a random cave.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on your level of spelunking and how big the cave is, you can go in it. If it's a small cave and not that deep, you can spelunk at a lower level. And you'll find lost treasures or maybe even like monsters or stuff that are just in the cave. That's all spelunking is, exploring caves. Exploring caves and caverns. Except, now there's another skill that you unlock with that called cave exploration. So you have to use spelunking and cave exploration together, but what cave exploration does is it lets you map caves.
Shit, I should have went down that ladder. Sorry.
And this stuff's not randomly generated, so there will be like a specific amount, obviously.
Yeah.
There will be a lot, but a specific amount. So when you finish a map, there are 3 things you can do by finishing a map. First one is next time you go there, you'll know where everything is. Mm-hmm. Your map will be unlocked when you enter that area.
Yeah.
Secondly, you can sell the map to a university that I'd have in the game.
Okay.
And what this university does is they open up for public access. So it's kind of like, like the first person to upload this map, and then that person's name is set forever for exploring that place first.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of
like
an discovered.
Yeah.
Like the. Oh, okay.
If you think of it like
cool.
No Man's Sky, the first person to discover a thing can upload that to the.
Can name it and yeah.
I forgot what they call it. I think it's like the Planetary University or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember either.
But yeah, so like kind of like that. You're the first person to discover that, like in No Man's Sky, the species or that planet. So you got to name it. So you can name the cave yourself too.
Yeah.
Although I think there would be some things in place to make it so you couldn't name offensively.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, some sort of naming restrictions.
What do you want? Grenades. I'm ready. I don't think that's guns. I think that's a spark. Are these guys on your team or are they bad guys?
I think they're bad guys. So.
But your thing's not going red.
They just haven't noticed me yet.
Do you still have the sniper?
I do.
Get one right in the head.
I think I do anyway. Zoom in further. No.
Blam.
Go back. Oh, you fucking bastard. Oh, it's like a semi-automatic.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good gun for what they do. It was a good gun to get the first hit, but... I don't think that looks like a good house.
Whoa! That was the wrong button.
Did you just melee the fire extinguisher?
I think so. Or I threw a grenade or something. Okay.
Anyway, so cave exploration lets you map out caves. And
Okay.
obviously you can be the first to discover it. Then it doesn't unlock it, but it's a similar skill. There's the mapping skill. It maps the land as you walk around, getting your world map eventually. And if you're the first to explore an area, like there'll be different zones, kind of like how Ragnarok worked with how you'd go into different maps. Like there'd be like this part of Frontera, this part of Frontera, that part of Frontera.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of like that. You can only be on a certain part of the world map at a time, and as you explore that area, it unlocks that like quadrant in the world map.
Yeah.
So it'll be like that. And if there's like at the university, there'll be a big world map, and anything unexplored on it, first person to fill out the map can go there and sell the map to them and fill that in.
Okay.
And this will help new players because they'll have a more complete map.
Yeah.
And the earlier on players get the fun and joy of exploring unexplored areas.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And then there's the ocean version called sea charting, which lets you obviously chart sea areas and sea currents.
Yeah.
And that is unlocked at the same time as sailing. And sailing is unlocked with crafting and construction because you have to use crafting and construction to build a boat.
Okay. Oh, okay. You got boats in the game too, right?
But you don't know that you can build a boat because it'll be one of those things where like, oh, I didn't know if I put wood, cloth, and put all this stuff together to make I could make a mast with it. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
And then when I made this mast, I figured, hey, what would happen if I put like several logs in there and into the combine option and made a boat? Like it'll be like a big combine menu, kind of like Minecraft. And like depending on how you put things in, like wood would make a boat.
Yeah.
Just like the boat without any like mast. But if you put like wood, cloth, you'll make a sail.
Okay.
And you don't know that because you have to discover all this stuff on your own.
So is there any way at all in the game to figure out how to do that? Or
I'm thinking that it's gonna be mostly self study and self creativity.
Yeah.
But also there are gonna be like some blueprints that you can find from doing quests and stuff that like teach you some of the more basic skills. Like I think for example the boat blueprint, the very basic boat blueprint, will be given to you from doing a quest that unlocks sailing.
Okay.
But then again, if you're smart, creative, or you heard about it from a friend or read it somewhere, you can create a boat before you do this quest to learn sailing.
Okay. Because I heard actually that is like how Minecraft first started out.
It did, yes.
They didn't have any.
That's what I really liked about it when it first started out, but I was in college, so I couldn't really get into it because I didn't have a
lot of time to.
Not only not a lot of time, but also not a lot of money or what's the term? Like I was able to play RuneScape, but the connection wasn't amazing. So
okay.
It was one of those things where I didn't want to get into a different computer game when I didn't have a great connection. Everyone was sharing the same connection in my dorm.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's just like your Wi-Fi.
And by the time I was done college, 2 years later, because it came out like right when I started college.
Yeah.
And it like 2 years later, when I was finally done, everything was pretty much undiscovered already.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, that's what I heard. That like people were like they had to like put these different combinations of things and hope that it would make something, and so that's kind of neat. I like that.
So that's kind of like what I'm going for with the creation menu, but like it'll be on a grander scale, and you will find blueprints from certain quests, but they'll be for like either the most basic thing.
Yeah.
And there will also be some times where there are no blueprints for this skill at all.
Okay.
So you have to like but it will be something that's not asinine insane.
Yeah.
Like who knew that I had to put a log up here, a log here, and a cloth in the middle, and then like a wheel down here to make a unicycle.
Yeah.
Like who thought of that?
Who would think of that? Yeah. But no, I like that idea, like not having any instructions or any hints or anything like that. You just have to hope you figure it out.
But there will be some just kind of out there.
Yeah.
It's just you won't really know about the quest even, but it will be a way for someone to eventually find it.
Okay.